Coming up on Classic Blend 54, we have some souls.
Perfection.
Winners.
Healing.
Hazardousness.
And cybernesses.
But first, stay tuned for a message from Matt and Chris from 1UP Esports Gaming Expo.
Yep, really cool event out in Toledo, Ohio this June, the 22nd and 24th. It's going to be a really cool event. We're going to hear more about that in just a minute.
Enjoy the show. Welcome to Classic Blend 54.
54, that's right. This is a special one, Kenny. We've got another guest. We have two guests tonight. Two guests, yeah. We've got two guests that we're going to introduce in 1 second, and then one of those guests is going to join us in GameSquat at the end.
All right.
That's two guests in a row. That's 2 episodes in a row with some guests. We're spoiling you guys. Anyway, here tonight with us are Matt and Chris Quarters from the 1UP Esports Gaming Expo. It's this really cool event happening in Toledo, Ohio. It just sounds absolutely amazing. Guys, what's up? Welcome to the show.
What's up, guys?
Thanks for having us.
So tell us, what is this expo? What is this event that you guys have created for us? Not for us, per se. But
it is for you. It's for everybody.
It is, though.
It's for everybody.
It's for gamers everywhere.
Extremely welcome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell us.
Go ahead, Matt. I'll let you field this one.
All right. So basically, what it is, it's this concoction of gaming that we have been just working on and molding for the last couple of years, and what we take esport aspect of competitive gaming, and then we take like the casual gaming that includes like retro gaming all the way through the newer stuff, and then we mix it in together into what kind of turns into a gaming expo, because it's got a little bit of everything. The idea behind it is that like esports is a really big thing now. Competitive gaming is starting to come up, but what it is like, you know, it's more spectators than anything.
You know, you'll have the people on stage playing, and then everybody shows up to just like watch. But if it's anything like, you know, when I was younger, it was always like waiting to get your hands on the controller, and you wanted to be the guy playing, not the guy watching. So the event kind of caters to that idea where everybody who shows up gets to be a player in one way or another. So we'll have a theater that will, you know, seat an audience with a stage where we'll have the standard esport tournaments, Rocket League, Counter-Strike. On Friday, we're doing a concept that we came up with called the Rock Out Tournament. And so we have a signed band, Ghost of August. Look them up on YouTube. They're awesome. They've been on satellite radio and regular radio. And they're going to be playing live while players come on stage to compete in a Mortal Kombat tournament.
So we thought that was kind of like the ultimate gamer immersion. You know, that there's rock music going on while you guys are getting down to one of the most brutal games ever.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep. And then going into an event hall where then we have just a bunch of different competitions that you can just, if you come in, you get what's called a hall competition pass, and it allows you just to walk up to games and play them, but you're playing against everybody else at the expo. And at the end of the day, there's a ceremony where the winners get trophies and sponsor donated prizes and such.
Wow.
So, yep, and it's such a cool thing. We'll have a cosplay contest on Friday, and there's Phantasm magazine coming out, and the winner of the contest will actually be published in their magazine. So we thought that was kind of cool too.
Oh yeah.
Yep. On Sunday is more geared towards family-friendly day for like the kids, kind of, because we'll have the costume characters show up and the face painting, but we're also going to have youth tournaments. So where we have in the arena or theater, we'll have like the big tournaments that they're playing for prize pools, totaling $45,000 over all the theater games. But the youth players will be able to come in then and compete also before Rocket League begins for the adults. So they'll have a chance to see what it's like on a stage to compete against each other tournament style. And I think that's like really important because part of what fueled this is the idea like that a long time ago, like back in the 80s when we all grew up on Nintendo. We grew up on Super Mario and Metroid and Zelda games.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have this. Like the closest thing we had was like the TV show Video Power.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep. Whatever we seen on The Wizard, like your box back there. Yeah, exactly. It's just whatever you seen Super Mario 3 come out, and everybody just got completely stoked.
Oh yeah.
And you wanted to be up there playing that, like I did. Like I wanted to be in front of people playing and showing off. And instead of playing sports, I spent all my childhood playing video games. And like the thing is, like, if you have like siblings who play sports, and then the parents want to like everyone goes to the game and everybody cheers them on, and they're the hero of the day. But there's kids that sit at home like and play games all day long, and they don't get that. Even though some could argue that gaming takes a little bit more skill set, precision, reflexes, than some sports. Like, because anybody can go out there as a kid and play t-ball, or baseball or soccer, and do fairly well.
Yeah.
Without a whole lot of effort. I know my kids like do pretty good, and they definitely don't come home and practice. But then there's like, and then there's like one kid out of like 500,000 that could speed run a game,
right,
and break records.
Absolutely.
So I think there's a lot of recognition that needs to be given to this, and that's kind of what we wanted to do with this, with the youth aspect, is allow these kids to come out of the dark and sort of be like heroes, in the moment, like everybody's cheering them on for something they actually enjoy doing. And I feel that the esports, this whole industry's coming up real fast, and I think that it's going to thrive and bring more of these like tournament leagues, kind of what we are. It's what we are as a tournament league, and it'll bring these like kids out where they can maybe after school go and report game practice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's
and then teams
cool.
will compete weekly. That's really like a lot of what we wanted to do. And the other thing is we wanted to make it all inclusive, where you didn't have to be a pro player to show up. You could just be Joe Nobody. And what's cool about that is because we feel that gamers are a little bit socially awkward. So maybe they don't get out a lot, and maybe they don't make a lot of other gamer friends besides some online, and some people don't even play online, so they don't have a chance to form teams, or they don't have a chance to get good with other players. They're just nobodies. So I think that the locals who do play in tournaments and local competitions weekly are in for a surprise when we bring out some of the sleepers, that they don't know exists, because they're out there.
Kind of tap into what Matt's getting at right here is like, if you follow the media, you follow the things that happen in Florida and all that stuff, and the violence in video games and the controversy around all that, like really what we're doing with this event is we're creating an opportunity for these kids to get some recognition,
right?
To get to be center stage, to show off their talents, and it speaks a lot more. It's what we're doing is really creating an opportunity for the future. Where these kids may typically today feel alone. They go in their room and they do their thing, and we're trying to really pave the way to make this bigger, broader than, well, definitely bigger than us, but creating something for the next generation, because we're all parents. Matt and I are, and the majority of our team are parents, and so like we're conscious of what's going on in the world, and like I don't think it's the games. I just think it's maybe the isolation and the things that happen around people that are isolated. So how do we help create something really awesome to get them out of the basement, or out of that the gamer closet that they live in, and out into the public, and making friends and creating a community.
Yeah, that's great.
That's what we all want as high school kids, is we all want to have our group, and this is the beginning of that.
That's great.
Yep.
It sounds amazing.
Oh yeah.
And from all that, it's like, it's definitely different. It's definitely a different thing that, I've never been to anything like that. You've never been to anything like that.
Not at all.
It's definitely something I'd want to take my kids to, especially my kids that play video games all the time. Like, that would be amazing. And they're online playing, but like you said, that they're online. That's what it is. People, that's what they do now. They don't have that, like we were talking off camera. No one comes over anymore to sit down on the couch and play games. No one tries to beat each other's high scores.
Right. Exactly.
Right. And that is what it's all about. It's about one-upping. It's about it's about one-upping each other, in the games in a fun way. And that's the thing we used to do. See how far you can get past the controller. Take a turn, pass it on, and the person who won didn't have to buy snacks or
with
your allowance.
Right.
And that's something we've done too. Now that you're mentioning that, Matt, is we've added some of our own unique game challenges that you don't just go and see in tournament styles necessarily. At least not in the way that anybody can come up and play. So Super Mario World, we're gonna have 4 controllers lined up, and you have 4 players lined up, and you'll say go, and you got to pick up your controller, and it's the first person to complete the level is the winner.
That's great. Yeah.
That's something
that's fun.
Nobody's really doing that in an event, just for fun.
Right.
And we get to do that, and we get to have something fun that families can come to and say, oh my gosh, I remember this game when I was a kid, and they get to introduce it to their kids, and they get to come, and just that nostalgia aspect of it just grow and grow.
And we waited our whole lives for competitive video gaming to come out, and now that it's out, you got a dozen games that are being played only. It's well, why does it have to be those games exclusively?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Why does it always have to be Overwatch, or why does it always have to be let me redact that one. I didn't say Overwatch.
Counter-Strike.
What I meant to say was, why does it always have to be,
a specific genre or...
Yeah. Exactly. It doesn't have to be Rocket League. We chose it, but, it can be something Nintendo or Super Nintendo or Genesis. Or, it could, be Game Boy. Because, you could link those up back in the day. One-on-one. It could be anything. And does it have to be just beat each other? No, because they didn't even have games like that back then.
Right.
You had to get creative. And that to me is the fun part, because it's my palette, is any game out there, and what can I do with it? What are my choices? They're endless. What kind of competitions could we have? And so I really like what Chris touched on. We have the 4-player races, but then we have 2 versus 2, the duel challenge, the duo. And one of the games is Streets of Rage 2, for example, for Genesis. Yeah. So teams of 2 will play, and the first to clear 2 levels and 2 bosses.
That's cool.
Move on.
That's so
cool.
Yeah.
And we did mix some of the newer stuff. I really like this game, Cuphead.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you played it or not, but it's...
My son and I playing through that. It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. It is. So it's the first team to beat 3 bosses.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yep. And then also, I'm a big fan of speedruns.
Yeah.
Especially Super Metroid and Mario 64. Gosh. And we're bringing out speedrunners from all over the country and actually, paying for them to come out and compete. So this is more of a show.
Oh, yeah.
You sign up, but only the top speedrunners actually get to compete in a tournament, bracket style.
Yeah,
so 1 versus 1 at a time, racing each other. and one of them is a guy who is actually #1 in the world for Super Metroid.
Huh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I don't know if you ever like go on YouTube and watch these videos, but they're just insane.
I've seen my share of speed runs.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine speedrunning Super Metroid though. Wow.
Oh, and yeah, and I remember like going through it and spending days on it. You know?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Absolutely.
40 minutes.
Yeah. That's insane.
I don't think I've ever attempted a speed run. I feel like I'm
I
not good
did
enough
with
to
Super
speed
Mario
run.
Brothers back in the day.
Did you?
Yeah.
We did a Contra speed run, kinda.
Eh.
I
I don't know
can't
about
even
that.
beat the first level of Contra.
Oh, no?
I used to be good at it. Now I'm not.
Oh gosh. That's a good
My
one.
fingers aren't as fast and good as they were.
We
Yeah,
can't
that's the truth.
get into that exactly as you get older.
It's already live code.
Yeah, we know what I like that you guys, like you said, you touched on it, that you have contemporary games. So you have like the Counter-Strike and the Rocket League, and Cuphead, things like that. But you're still running competitions, friendly competitions with all the old stuff, and it's like, so you have it something for everybody, And some people might come liking, come to see or partake in the Counter-Strike, but then be like, oh, look at this, like you said, Streets of Rage, or anything like that, any of the old stuff, the Mario run, any of that stuff, and it's like, oh, I never realized this was what retro gaming is. I don't know. I think it's amazing. I think it's one of the coolest events. I don't know. I want to go.
Right, because I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, even if you're playing Counter-Strike in the tournament, when you're done and it's not your turn anymore, do you just sit there and wait? Like, that's boring. So run out into the event hall and then just start playing some of the other competitions. I mean, somebody who comes in there could possibly clean up, if they're really, really good. Yep, and then we'll make sure to not let them come next time. No, just kidding. I want you to show up every time, guys.
The reason that we set in the main hall, we're actually seeding the team, so you don't actually come with a pre-made team. And the reason we did that is to kind of level the playing field too, so you don't end up with a team that's got 2 years of practice and that have they're semi-pro, right? They show up and they just annihilate. Well, what we're actually going to do is take that team and divide them all up, and they're going to have a new team that they're going to have to play with. And if they're each individually that good of players, it should boost the overall event and make it that much more fun and more competitive. So we just thought there was that reason, and the other reason is that we had seen a couple of CS:GO events fail because they weren't able to get enough 5-player teams together. And so we thought, this would be a great, fun workaround that we can still bring in players that don't have to come with an entire team set up, and still get to show up and play. Kind of going back to the whole concept of getting that gamer in the basement out of the basement, right?
And we kind of added a little twist to it too to make it even more interesting. And we're being a tournament league, we have 16 in-house teams of our own. And so every event that we have, players who play on teams will be representing these teams. And so you'll actually get like the jersey, the official jersey for your team, and it's gonna be like the real deal. So that being said, once you get your team, you'll have 6 weeks ahead of the event to practice with them, and we'll give them each their own private Discord channel, and it'll be micromanaged by us to make sure everybody's playing fair and playing nice. Yeah, and we'll have backups obviously for the bad apples if that comes to be, which I hope not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah, and so meanwhile, while this is taking place, we also want to kind of go in and document it in video, like do interviews and kind of put it together at the end and let everybody see like how it came to be. What was it like for these like normal people to step out of the shadows and start training, and kind of like reality show style in a way.
They become a real esports athlete. This is which is obviously huge, and especially people, kids, young adults, grown adults, whoever you are, people like my nephew wanted to do fight in Tekken tournaments, So he was practicing Tekken like hardcore, and then he's like, oh man, this is way too much now, I think, but that's what he was doing. He was like, I think I want to do this, and I think that's what this event is definitely going to be able to do for some people. Like you said, they get to step out of their basement, out of the shadows, out of their their own shyness or whatever, and it's going to be great. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Heck yeah.
Very cool. Well,
all right.
So what we're gonna do is, guys. Tell us where can everyone go to get more information and see the venue and pictures of that and stuff.
Yeah. So you're gonna go to oneupxesports.com. So it's a pretty easy URL to remember. The tickets are at eTix for the Stranahan Theater, but we have access. There's links on the website, so just go there and we got package deals. So if you buy all 3 days, you basically can get your player's pass in all 3 days for $105. Plus, there's some event fees, so it ends up with like $115 once you pay all the fees. But that we just felt that was like a heck of a deal for the whole weekend, and so that's our primary pass that we're talking about, because that gives you access to everything. And then we have VIP passes that give you access to a mezzanine area where we have a bunch of state-of-the-art VR equipment set up that you'll get to play with and just get introduced to. So there's some extras that we've added. So check out the VIP tickets and the elite tickets, because there's some pretty sweet extras that you get with those. But anyway.
Oh, and one more thing is, any of the tournaments that you play for money, you have to register on our website also. So there's a link on the homepage. It'll take you to it. It just says registration. And so all you do is you sign up. So in order to compete in the big tournaments, Mortal Kombat, Rocket League, and Counter-Strike, you register and you buy your ticket, and that covers your entry into the event also. But there's smaller games, Smash Brothers, and the new Dragon Ball Fighters game. Yep. And those, they're mini tournaments, so it's not as like large scale as the other ones, and the prize isn't that big. So you don't have to pay a huge registration fee to play those, but you do have to register, and you do have to buy an event ticket.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Well, I mean, you get to be a pro athlete for a day or for a weekend. You get some cash prizes. You get to play with cool people, meet cool people. I mean, VIP all the way, baby.
Absolutely. And this is June 22nd to 24th.
That's right. Yep. Stranahan Theater, Toledo, Ohio. So, and we do have, if you go to the website as well, we have some hotel rates that we've gotten some deals. So we get the discounted. Anybody, if you go mention the event that you're renting the hotel for the event, you get the discounted rate. So, yeah, and follow the links on the website. You get that too. So.
Okay. There you go.
All right, and last thing is social is, what are you guys mainly doing? Instagram? You doing Twitter, Facebook, right?
All three of those: YouTube, Discord, Twitch. The handle's OneUpX Esports for all of them.
Yeah, we were able to get all that, so that was like, yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
I know, right? All right, well. So that's great, guy. You need to go check that out. Check them all out. And one other little thing, like we mentioned earlier, Chris is going to be sticking around with us for the GameSquat section. He's going to be, him and I are going to go head to head, and we're going to create a new game together. But what games are they going to be? We'll see. So, Matt, Chris Quarters, thanks again for being here. Chris, we'll see you in a little bit. And
Thank you so much.
we go check that out. OneUpX Esports Gaming Retro. Go check out the website.
That's right. Thank you.
All right, good stuff. All right, on to Movie Squat.
Yes, Gaming Expo.
What'd I
You
say?
said Gaming Retro.
What'd I say? Gaming. See,
You
it's
messed it
retro
up
because
at the very end, from the top.
from
Yeah, we gotta do the whole
All
thing.
right, start over. I really.
The 80s just won't end.
not for us.
Dude, we don't want them to. I don't know why I say it. I said it like so negatively. They just won't go away.
You don't want them to go away.
I know.
I want them underneath my bed. I want to grab my ankle when I get out of bed at night to pee.
like the little kid from Pet Cemetery with the knife. Remember with the
I don't want
Achilles
that.
tendon?
No, you know what? The 80s can, the 80s can ham-bone me. What's that called? Ham-bone? Hamstring? It can hamstring me. You hear that, 80s? Hamstring me all you want.
Hamstring?
Anyway,
Is that
Movie
what that's
Squat.
called when it
Yeah.
comes up the,
Yeah.
cool.
Movie Squat, I believe. Movie Squat, where we take 2 movies randomly chosen for ourselves and we talk about them and then we combine them into a brand new movie. It's a movie, essentially. A movie.
I went to the supermarket earlier
Today?
and I bought
A movie.
turkey, roast beef, corned beef,
Turkey beef.
salami, pastrami, but I left the ham behind the counter. I left the ham.
Well, guess what? I brought the ham.
There it is.
All right. All right.
All right, you ready?
All right. So Kenny's got a movie he's going to show me.
My movie
is Heart and Souls.
Heart and,
Robert Downey Jr.
Heart and Souls.
Robert Downey
Heart
Jr.
and Souls.
Say it.
Heart and Souls.
Is it Robert Downey Jr.?
Robert Downey Jr.
I knew it was. All right.
Yep.
You have that. And wait, what time code was that? I'm going to say that was maybe like 1:55. And what about you? Were that one?
Oh, he has a perfect world. Okay, I do recall that one. All right, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Heart and Souls.
Heart and Souls.
Tom Riley was born back in something, 50 something. I don't know.
Hold on,
60
not Kirstie Alley. Kira Cedric.
Yes. Have you seen this?
Alfred Wood. I've seen it many times. I love this
really?
movie. I love this movie.
All right, cool. So Thomas Riley, he was being born in a taxi cab, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah.
Right,
Something,
taxi cab. When there was a bus driven haphazardly by a dude who, I think Hal?
What year?
Hal? 1993, directed by Ron Underwood. It's a fantasy / romance kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I forget who was the name of the bus driver. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Just give me the...
Hal. He was Hal.
It was Hal,
All right,
yeah.
so the bus driver, there's 4 people on the bus. Their names are Harrison, Julia, Penny, and Milo. All right, they all died.
Oh,
Hal died too.
Tom Sizemore.
Yeah, Tom Sizemore's in here too as Milo. Yeah.
It was just the 3 of them, right?
No, there were 4.
Kira Cedric, Alfred Woodard,
Yeah.
Tom Sizemore, and who was the other one?
Charles Grodin.
Charles
You said Charles
Grodin.
Grodin,
Yes.
So anyway, okay, let me get through this real quick.
I was about to tell you.
Hal gets distracted, crashes the car. He ascends. The other 4, attach themselves to young Thomas.
The baby Tommy.
The baby Tommy.
Yeah.
And they grow up with him as guardian angels. They kind of hang out with him, talk to him. He can see them. They can see him. But that's it. Everybody else thinks he's crazy. His parents want to have him committed. That's when they decide maybe we should disappear. He has abandonment issues now because they disappeared. And he's like, I know I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Right? And they disappeared
this
for a
is such a good
while.
movie.
And
I
then
love
years
this
later, they
movie.
came back because they realized the reason why that they were there,
They were told that they
have unfinished business.
they have to use him to do.
They need
But
to
his
use
time is
him to
running
do the
out
stuff.
now.
Correct.
Sorry,
Correct.
I can't help it. I love
So
it.
now that they come back, now he's like, okay, I'm having my episodes again. I'm going crazy, blah, 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 all that stuff. So he has to help them move on
Yeah.
in
Right.
whatever ways he
It's
can.
a fantastic movie. It's just a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna go have to watch it again.
You're gonna have to watch it again, but I'm gonna give you a tidbit of information. Now you get to choose.
Okay.
When would you like this tidbit of information? After you tell me about yours, or right now?
Right now.
Really, you can't wait.
Okay, wait. All right. I'll tell you. A Perfect World. It's a 1993 crime drama written. I believe it was written by. Oh no, John Lee Hancock. But that's not what you want to know. Directed by Clint Eastwood, starring Kevin Costner, Clint Eastwood, Laura Dern. Right? Did you know this movie?
I remember when it came out. I don't believe I've ever seen it. Tell me a little bit.
He's
more
he's a Kevin Costner plays an escaped convict. Buddy, I'll give you his name real quick. Robert Butch Haynes. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's Kevin Costner and his friend Terry Pugh. They escape. They end up taking a little boy hostage.
Ooh.
And they just go like on a road trip to get away from the cops with this little boy as the hostage.
And they start to create a bond.
Well, what ends up? Well, yes. So Clint Eastwood is the Texas Ranger that has to chase him down, and what happens is his partner, Kevin Costner's Butch's partner, kind of like goes to do some gross stuff with the little boy, and so he kills him. Butch kills him. He's like, "No, you're not doing that. You're gross," and he kills him. Okay. And then, so then a bond starts to happen. And basically, Butch gets shot at the end and he dies. But he formed a bond with this 8-year-old, this little Philip, this little boy. And that's it. Bobby Lee is the name of Clint Eastwood's character.
Okay. I think we're done with yours. So Ron Underwood was the director of Heart and Souls. Mm-hmm. Don't look at me like that.
What?
You look like you're going to kill me.
No.
Ron Underwood directed Heart and Souls.
Yeah.
He also directed Tremors, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Good.
Listen.
Good.
If you can direct a movie like Heart and Souls and Tremors, you have...
Well, what was his next one, though?
What do you mean, after
Tremors
what?
was after that?
What?
Was Tremors after or before this?
Tremors, I thought, was 1991.
So what was his trifecta? What was his third movie?
His third movie? Hold on.
After this one.
I'm going to tell you.
All right.
No. Tremors was 1990. My mistake. Heart and Souls is 93.
I'm sorry. I said that wrong.
In between?
Yeah.
City Slickers.
Oh! All right. He's batting 1,000, that guy. 3 for 3. Clint Eastwood's... Sorry, his name was Chief Red Garner. His name's Red.
Red? Gotcha.
Yeah, Red. Bobby Lee was in
He also did Mighty Joe Young in 1998.
Oh, not bad with Charlize Theron and Bill Paxton. Not bad.
All right. What about this one that he did?
The Adventures of Pluto Nash. Look, say what you will, but that was Eddie Murphy's prime. 90s was Eddie Murphy's prime.
People say that it's one of the worst movies ever made.
Well.
It got the Razzie Award and all.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Hey, listen. You got to make some of them.
Chris,
you can't.
You can't win them all. Sometimes you got to make lemonade.
All right, so characters are Tommy from yours. We have Red who lives here. Oh. Bear with me. Would you want... Oh, hey, what's up? Boom. Would you want this little boy, Philip... Would you want to do a Heart and Soul situation here where when Butch dies, he attaches himself to him, and as he grows up, he has Butch with him, and he teaches him you're gonna kiss your first girl, you're gonna get into your first fight.
I say he
make a drama. Do we normally make dramas?
I was gonna kill Thomas Riley, and have him attached to him.
Okay.
And
Where
say
did it
this
take
is
place?
what people
San
did
Francisco.
to me. Something like that, yeah, I think so.
All right, this took place in not San Francisco, but doesn't mean that he can't go there.
Yeah, he can't. Well, he can't go.
No,
there.
I like that idea.
You do? You want to kill him?
I just think we need to do that. I think we need to attach a soul to somebody. That's what I'm saying.
Right, so let's attach a soul of...
I was using Philip.
I can't do that.
Oh, and this was 1963 Texas, so
this is Robert Downey Jr. and Elizabeth Shue. She was in The Karate Kid.
It is Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah.
Oh, it's his girlfriend.
His girlfriend. We can't do that to her. So we're gonna keep them.
Adventures of Babysitting. I can't wait till we get that. One of us has got to get that eventually.
Yeah. So.
What do you think?
I don't know. Adventures of Babysitting.
Yeah. No, we got to add it. We got to add. We've definitely got to add a soul. A soul's got to be somewhere. That's perfect. A soul's got to be attached to somebody.
A soul has to be attached to somebody.
Now that's so. This guy's going to be old. Oh, we could attach this.
What if we put a twist on it?
Okay. Oh, you're wrenching it. Go.
I'm not wrenching. Gremlins. All right. And
go on.
Critters and trolls
and munchies.
Oh, how can you forget about munchies?
You did.
Listen, they killed my dude. Remember that? He was in the chair. They got him. That was such a good movie.
I know
they were all stones or something, right?
Yeah.
They all turned to stone.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. You ready for it?
Yeah.
I'm thinking there needs to be a twist that we can use. What if I mean, I guess they already kind of did it. I was going to say, what if the souls attach themselves to him? What if
him who?
To Thomas?
Okay. Again. Okay.
What if a human person can attach their souls to a ghost?
How can we fit kidnapping into here?
We don't.
Ex-convict.
Who don't you like in this movie of yours? Who don't you like? Pick
I don't
one.
know, man.
Pick one.
You can't. Kevin Costner, like, what do you do?
Is he likable?
Sure. It's Kevin Costner. How about, can he attach himself to Kevin Costner's ghost? How about Kevin Costner isn't done and has been roaming around the plane?
Why, is he dead?
He died at the end of that. Yeah, I told you that.
No, I didn't pay attention to you.
Yes, he died. Butch died.
Okay.
So why can't Butch be the ghost that we attach a human to? That's what you said?
No, we'll just go with yours. We'll keep it boring. We're going to call
I
this...
don't want to keep it boring. I want to do something. I mean, look, we're getting on in time.
A what?
A perfect world. As in a perfect world, this wouldn't happen. Say it.
We're gonna call it A Perfect Soul.
Yeah.
And he dies and attaches himself to the little boy. Yeah.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the little boy is walking through town.
But guess what? No, but hold on.
Thomas
That's the
Riley
backstory
knows. I know what you're going through.
Because this man, this was he was 8 years old in 63, and that was when 90. So, oh my God, math. Do quick math. 93 to 93.
What about it?
That's 93, right? So it's 30 years.
Yeah.
So he's 38.
Okay.
He'll be 38.
That's fine.
No, he'll be 40. He's already 8 years old. What's 8 plus 30? 38. He's 38.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What's 1
Sorry, man.
plus 17?
Look, I didn't have my grog. He's 38 years old.
So, all right. That's fine. And that's it, A Perfect Soul. And
he meets Tommy and he helps him out.
He meets him and he's older. Tommy's obviously older.
It's comedy.
He's a little bit older.
Oh yeah, well
he's a little bit older, and he says, "Listen, mine passed on.
So he's maybe like 40.
You need to have yours pass on as well, and I'll help you understand that."
Yeah.
And
but Butch is like an old convict, right? So he's like,
they don't mean to make you crazy. They don't mean to make you feel like you're not normal.
Oh, that's good. I'm gonna write that down.
Right?
A Perfect Soul.
Yeah.
What did you have again?
Perfect Soul.
Oh, heart. What's it called?
A Perfect
Heart.
Soul.
And the word and?
Heart and souls, yes. So you have a perfect world.
A perfect
world.
Soul. Perfect.
So
I like it.
That's gonna do us for the movies.
That's it for movies.
We just made a sequel out of Heart and Souls and A Perfect World, starring Robert Downey Jr. and whatever the kid is from the movie.
T.J. Lothar. He was only 8 years old, so now he's gonna have to be.
Well, that's fine. He's older. That's what it is. But he's carrying the weight that like Robert Downey Jr. carried. In Heart and Souls.
Yeah. Only he has a special connection to this guy because they bonded on the road trip. Done. Good. Movie Squat. Done. 80s TV.
It just won't stop.
No.
It's prime time forever. It's TGIF forever.
Right.
Right. It's like Family Matters, then Full House. Then when you think Step by Step, I think it was the other way around. Full House, then Family Matters, then Step by Step. Nope. Goes back to Full House again. Family Matters. Throw some Alf in there. Maybe some Silver Spoons even. Punky Brewster. What do you think? Growing Pains. Who's the boss?
Yeah.
I'll even give you a Charles in Charge. I'll give it to you.
I love Charles in Charge.
I'll give it to you.
We're talking
Wasn't
TubeSquat.
a fan.
We're talking TubeSquat. We take two randomly chosen TV shows. We show them to each other. We talk about them with each other. And then together, we make a new show.
Nothing is premeditated. This is all natural.
Au natural.
No.
Anyway, I go first? Right? Is that what we've been doing for a year?
This guy goes... Yeah.
All right, go.
Oh, gosh. Saint Elsewhere. I know where I'd rather be. Minus the Saint. Is that like 30-something?
You'll find out. And you have Parker Lewis Can't Lose. Oh, I love that show. That was a cool show.
They're very happy people for only having 3 seasons.
That was a cool show. I like that show. All right.
Yes. Tell me about Saint Elsewhere.
Saint Elsewhere. So,
Christian.
Okay, this was a show set in a Saint Eligius. I don't know how to say it. Eligius. Eligius? Is that how you say that? Hear me out. Whatever. It's a teaching hospital in Boston's South End.
It's worse than I could possibly have imagined.
They say that this was...
Sum it up. You have 5 more words left.
That this was the Hill Street Blues of the medical drama. They compare this to Hill Street Blues.
It's funny because I forgot about Hill Street Blues. I've purged it from my memory.
Big ensemble cast. It's just it's just an ensemble cast. It's in this teaching hospital. Wait, there's a few things I want to tell you.
Oh, jeez.
It's set the way for shows like ER, Chicago Hope. Right?
Yes, I was even thinking of that.
I mean, I could give you the main cast, but I'm not going to. There were some actually notable cast members. I'll tell you about them later. But a couple of side note, they had cool episodes. Like one of them was a crossover with Cheers, which was pretty cool. Two of the doctors went in.
I want to cross over with Perfect Strangers.
No, I'm just telling you it was on the show. Then another one, the final episode, almost like Newhart, where it all like was supposed to have taken place inside the mind of one of the characters. His son was autistic, and it's just assumed like all of this took place inside where he had the snow globe of that building I showed you, and he was like looking at it and stuff, and then it was like all supposed to have taken place. In fact, there are other shows in this that they call it's like the Tommy. His name is like Tommy something, where it's like the Tommy something universe, where they're like. The last one, that's what it's called, and he's looking at it, and they say like, oh, it's like the Tommy Westphal universe. They think like, oh, other shows are also part of his mind or whatever,
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's it. That's really a show. It's a medical drama.
All right.
Ensemble cast. There were a bunch of cool people I'll tell you about later.
All you needed to do is a medical show.
Good, go.
Ensemble cast. Moving on. Parker Lewis Can't Lose. 3 seasons.
This was Ferris Bueller's Day Off on TV.
73 episodes.
Wow. Oh, I didn't tell you the digits on this. 82 to 88. 6 seasons, 137 episodes.
What? 6 seasons? That's twice as long.
On NBC.
Lasted twice as long as Parker Lewis Can't Lose. Fox, 1990 to 1992. All right, you have Parker Lewis. You have his buddies Jerry.
What was the
Mikey?
network?
Mikey?
Fox, you said?
Fox. I think Mikey, right? Is his friend? Yeah, Mikey. And
how many eps again?
Then he had a girlfriend named
eps?
Annie. 73. I can get you this stuff
73
later
in
on.
2 seasons?
3 seasons.
3 seasons, 73 episodes.
He's always scheming. Wore some crazy
Sure,
shirts.
he's Ferris Bueller.
They had like but they had like an HQ above the gym. Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
They had like a headquarters above the gym. Always thwarted by his little sister and the principal.
And wasn't there
plans,
like a music sting whenever they did something where he like, oh man.
They had some interesting editing.
Yeah, maybe it was
breaking.
at
times. Interesting camera angles.
Yeah, first
a lot of the weird digital kind of fade ins, fade outs. And he had a motto, which was not a problem.
Oh yes. Excuse me.
Nothing was a problem. Not unlike Alf, where no problem. Come on, he stole it from Alf. You know what I mean?
Good, yeah. Not a problem. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's like if I said, "What are you talking about, Chris?" That's not really original. You know?
Yeah. What was the guy's name? The main character.
The main character was Parker Lewis.
No, the actor.
Corin Nemec.
Corin Nemec, yes.
Yeah.
Corin Nemec. That's right.
Interesting little thing.
Moose? The big guy's name was Moose, wasn't it?
No, there was Mikey and Jerry.
Who's the big dude?
Oh, I don't know. There was a big dude.
Jerry? Well, maybe it was Jerry. Keep going to the picture. Go to the picture.
So here's the deal. I'm going to tell you a little bit about something about this. There was a Ferris Bueller's television show as well. Ferris Bueller's.
Yeah,
it just automatically becomes the Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Ferris Bueller TV show.
Yeah, that's
Remember?
right. There was, yeah.
So, this was kind of like I do believe this came out at around the same time.
Corin Nemec. Parker Lewis can't lose.
Yeah, in competition, NBC debuted the TV spin-off Ferris Bueller that lasted 13 episodes.
Oh, Parker!
So Parker Lewis went a little bit
can't
long.
lose.
Parker Lewis can't lose.
I want to stop. Can we?
But here's the deal.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tell you something real quick.
All right, fine. Tell me. Tell us, Kenny. Regale us with your tales of Parker Lewis and his not losing streak.
Now I don't want to tell you. Tell me more about St. Elsewhere, Chris.
No, okay, great. Let's combine them. All right, so. No, go ahead, tell me.
I don't think I had anything else.
You said you did. Did you realize I was just sitting like this?
Remember
like
John
a turtle.
Panette, the comedian?
Look like a turtle.
Remember the comedian John Panette, the big guy?
Oh yeah.
Like the buffet, like
Yeah.
you've been here for hours, get out of here, and,
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Why is he?
Anyway, he was in the show as Coach Kohler.
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
season 3.
I like that
So,
show though. Parker Lewis was good.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, yeah. It was kind of like that. I think all I wanted to say was that there was a Ferris Bueller TV show.
Yeah, but you said that multiple times.
I
So
know.
we're good.
Well,
right.
you told me about St. Elsewhere for 6 hours.
No, I did not.
It felt
You've been
like
talking way
Oh,
longer.
no. You want to know what I wanted to tell
Way
you?
long- what?
I remembered.
What?
His girlfriend's name. What is it?
Penelope.
Annie Sloan.
They did that on purpose.
You
They
think?
absolutely, of course they did.
Tell everybody why they
because
did that on
Ferris
purpose.
Bueller's Day Off, the film with Matthew Broderick and
With who?
Matthew
Masju.
No, I said
Masju
Matthew
Broderick.
Broderick and Mia Sara. God, she was pretty. Mia Sara. His girlfriend's
about
character's
Cameron.
name was Sloane. Cameron. I'm talking about his girlfriend, and Mia Sara. His girlfriend's name was Sloane.
And yeah.
This
so
girl's name is Sloane.
her last name is Sloan and
Yeah.
Parker Lewis. What?
Duh. Yeah, they knew that. You don't
They know
think
what
people know that they're
I know,
what they're doing
I
on other
know.
sound stages? They probably film right next to each other. Anyway, this is what
So
we're
let's-
doing.
let's
It's
do
going to be
this.
Parker Lewis becomes a doctor.
Oh, like it. Keep going. And he has a secret headquarter above like the
Yeah.
OR.
Okay, could this be Scrubs before Scrubs? Because essentially, if you take the character of Parker Lewis and his
Well,
cohorts,
you know what? That's kind of funny that you mentioned that. It says that this was a show that were strongly Scrubs was a show that was influenced by Parker Lewis Can't Lose, as well as Malcolm in the Middle
look at that cast.
and Ally McBeal.
How can you beat that cast? Just look.
I can beat that cast
Just look at that cast
right there.
Oh my God, that's bad. Yeah. I
Right
mean,
there.
just look at that cast. Look at these casts next to each other. I mean, just anyway.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's get this. So this is Scrubs
Can I
before
tell you?
Scrubs.
Can I just tell you one
So
thing?
Parker Lewis is in the hospital. What's his name?
He's a doctor. He's
Parker Lewis.
Dr. Lewis.
Dr. Lewis.
Wait,
Dr.
what if-
Lewis
no.
can't lose.
Oh, you can't make a med students because no, they weren't med students. They were they were in the residency in Scrubs. What if we made him a med student? Am I wrong? Tell me, am I wrong?
I think we're gonna call this Dr. Lewis.
Dr. Lewis
Finally loses.
might lose.
Dr. Lewis lost.
Not lost.
Dr. Lewis.
No, you have to give us. You have to give it a. You have to give it a. It might happen. Where it's like he can't lose. No, that's a definitive statement. You have to put it in the
How about
realm of
Dr.
possibility.
Lewis can't lose another patient.
Oh man, what if every episode was Dr. Lewis
like it.
can't lose ... and then the name and like the thing that happened in that
Ooh.
show, can't eat an apple.
Dr. Lewis
Can't
can't.
clean up any more cat throw up.
Dr. Lewis can't even.
As the title? I like that. Would it be can't comma even? No, it would be can't even. I like it.
You like it?
That's good,
All right,
yeah.
So Dr. Lewis can't even. They're residents.
No, they're med students. And I mean they don't have to be in that. I mean it could be a whole
Doctor
new,
Dr. or do you
the
want to spell it
Dr.
out?
dot Dr. Yeah, Dr. apostrophe. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Lewis can't even.
Perfect. Saint Elsewhere.
Can I just tell you who in this? Can I just tell you, dude? Ed
Hold on,
Begley
hold on.
Jr.
Stop. I understand. I get it.
Howie Mandel.
I get it. But listen,
David Morse.
I never said I'm going to watch something because Ed Begley
Denzel
Jr. is in it.
Washington was in this.
I'm Chris. You
Mark Harmon was in this.
You lost me.
Stephen First was
At
in this.
Ed Begley Jr. Stop it. Stop.
No,
he
but
was in the
I'm
movie with
just
the
saying-
aliens.
yes,
the,
I know.
the
Ed
antenna.
Begley Jr. is
What was
great,
the movie?
man.
What was that called?
Oh,
That was with Lloyd. Remember that? Lloyd the janitor? They were the bugs or something like that. They were like bug people.
oh my God! Yes. What show is that? That's another one.
Ed Begley Jr. Look it up. We're going to talk about Ed Begley Jr.
For
for
the
a
next 30 seconds.
Are you
37
typing it in?
minutes. Yeah, I'm Ed Begley Jr.
This is the competition right now to find out what the name of this movie was with Ed Begley Jr. I'm gonna find out his
Battlestar?
cast,
No.
filmography.
Oh, you're on
Film.
IMDb? I'm not.
No, I'm on Wikipedia.
Oh, me too.
It was like in the 90s.
Tim and Eric Awesome Show.
It was called. Oh my goodness.
Academy of The West Wing. What?
Meet the
Come on.
Applegates.
Yes.
It was Meet the Applegates. Have you ever seen Meet the Applegates?
Oh my God, let me see it. That's right, Meet the Applegates.
They were a family of
That's
people.
a movie though. That was a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were a family of people.
They were bug
show this?
people.
And they were like
see it.
insect people.
Can't see it.
It was ridiculous.
That's right. All right, good. Anyway, well done, everybody. TubeSquat.
Hold on, let's talk a little bit about Meet the Applegates for a second.
Okay.
1990.
I didn't know this was turning to the Ed Begley Jr. hour.
Stockard Channing was
Yes,
his wife.
Stockard Channing.
Dabney Coleman was Aunt B.
Yeah, remember? They
No.
called him Aunt B, but he was the military guy. He was like the rough and gruff. I think he had a cigar.
Whoa.
What?
Oh.
Corn
Hold
Nemec's
on
in
a
it.
second.
Corn Nemec's in it.
No. Parker Lewis Can't Lose. There was a character, or there was an actor named Billy Jane, Jayne,
Okay.
who played Mikey. There's an actor in Meet the Applegates who's Robert Jane,
No.
Jayne.
Coincidence?
I'm gonna find out if they're related.
Okay. Well, while I do that, I'm going to end this
You
segment.
talk a little bit.
I'm going to end this
No,
segment.
you talk a little bit. Hold on. It says he's the brother of Scott Jacoby and Billy Jane.
Oh, wow.
What are the chances of looking something up and finding his brother in another movie?
Wow. Ed Begley Jr. in the show that I had
Yes, influenced Mikey.
had a son, played a son with a brother of a person in your show. That's pretty cool, man.
How weird is
Is
that?
that an achievement? We just unlock an achievement?
No, that's just a kind of weird coincidence. But what are the chances? I'm like, wait, is it the same guy? It's this.
Oh, see? Aren't you glad that I told you the words Ed Begley Jr.?
Aren't you glad I looked up Ed Begley Jr.'s filmography?
Yeah.
So,
Wow, that was the most exciting Tube Squat we've ever had.
I don't know what to say.
All right, Tube Squat done.
Remember all of the cool toys in the 80s? Action
Every
figures,
moment of my life, I remember them.
motorized robots,
I'm
Lego
thinking of them right
sets.
now.
Just
The characters,
Cars
the
and-
stories.
slot cars and cartoons that tied into the,
what I
the
used to do?
toys and
Did you? Let me ask you a question. Did you ever do radio shows with your toys?
radio
Before I
shows?
started
No.
filming, I used to do stop motion with my toys when I got a little older.
No, I didn't.
But before that, I used to do radio shows with
When I got a
G.I.
little
Joe.
older, this was last year. It's like last year.
When-
It's a flashback to like last year.
No, I mean I was younger. I used to do take a tape recorder, hit record on a blank tape, and I would record me playing with my G.I. Joes or my mask figures and it was great.
Oh,
It was amazing. I know.
Mask was the coolest thing in the world.
All right, why don't you go ahead? Oh, we're in toy.
But there was everything. That was the thing. It's not like now where everything's so like strike while the iron's hot and nothing really sticks around. The things that stick around are the things that were around back in like the 80s, like Voltron now is in how many seasons on Netflix? But it's because it existed
5
years
now.
ago.
Yeah.
And it's like it's still there. Meanwhile, something I don't know, something new like might not make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, the stuff that we grew up on is so
was-
good it's present today.
Right.
Either in its retro form, in its
Yes.
classic form, or in its in a new form for today's kids, which I don't like. But
Yeah.
listen,
But
we got some work to do. We can reminisce enough.
okay.
Let's get to
we
work.
do. I'm going to show you.
Two toys.
This is what I feel like I look like
Well,
right now.
okay.
We're going to take two toys, right? Maybe some games in there.
Randomly chosen.
Maybe some building blocks. They're not
knows?
necessarily toys, right? Construction sets, constructs, erector set.
Yeah. Okay, but get to the point.
What are you talking about?
Come on. What do we do with them?
Do you remember constructs? They used to hurt. Like,
Constructs.
remember
When you
they were,
try
like,
to plug
sharp
them
on
in.
the edge and
Yeah.
everything like that?
Why would they do that?
Tinker Toys, Lincoln Logs, like all that stuff. They're toys, right? But they're also building. You build.
They
It's
call
all
them
about-
STEM toys now.
even Lincoln Logs.
Yeah, things like that. They're all
I
STEM
don't know.
stuff.
You know
Anyway,
what's STEM now is robotics.
well, listen, we're going to take whatever we get, we're taking them, we're going to talk about them, we're going to turn them into something new, a brand new toy. So,
Yes.
having said all of that, Kenny, show me what you got.
Who's that?
Dom DeLuise? Oh, the Bo Duke, the Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, that's Colonel, what's his name again?
The Colonel. Colonel Hogg.
Boss Hog. He's got the Dukes of Hazzard game.
The Dukes of Hazzard board game.
Interesting.
If you can see it. Don't know if you
Yeah.
can.
Hold on. Board game, you say? Okay.
The board game.
And I have.
Which is Transformers.
Yeah.
Yes. Man.
Yeah.
See, you cut me off before. I was about to mention Transformers before you even revealed it.
I'm glad you didn't. That's why I was cutting you off.
know.
I didn't want you to get into
is
it.
that what
I
it
didn't
was?
want you to get into it. Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
I didn't want you to get into it. All right, tell
All
me
right.
about the Dukes of Hazzard board game.
The Dukes of Hazzard board game. There's a dirt road. There's a highway. You have to choose which one you're using. You got to jump back and forth because you're in a race to get to Uncle Jesse's farm. The dirt road is safe but slow. The highway is full of trouble, but it's quick. So what do you do?
How do you choose?
You got to get there
How
first.
do you choose in the game?
You have to get there first.
You
can
roll
jump
the
on the
dice.
roads.
Do you roll
There
dice?
are cards.
Dice.
You have cards in the game.
Yeah.
Where you choose to go and everything like that. It tells you back up spaces or lose a turn.
This is a board game. There's a board though that you move pieces on.
There was a board that you can move pieces on.
Okay.
Chris, it certainly was. Check it. Check it.
Oh, okay.
You had
Almost
your
looks
cards.
like a game of life.
Yeah, you had your cars and you had roadblocks. Each car
Do you have
had a
this game?
roadblock.
Can we get this game?
You know what's funny is I might have this back in the Setauket.
Oh, can you find
Yeah,
it? Maybe
so-
you can find it. We could play that on Top Squat.
Yeah, we might be able to play this. I'm not sure. I know I had it. I had this. I might have gotten rid of it. I might still have it.
Maybe we can
I'm not
find
sure.
it. Maybe we can find it.
Yeah, it would be great
anyway,
if I still.
that'd be fun to play.
Yeah, I know it's over there because I had a friend give it to me back in the day.
Okay.
I can't vouch for all the pieces or anything like that. So anyway, you switch roads. You set up roadblocks. You can bump other cars off the road. The General Lee is this one right here.
A blue one.
The blue piece is the General Lee. The green one is Cooter's tow truck.
Okay.
And then I do
You had
believe
Boss
there's.
Hogs in there, no?
I don't know about that. There's Daisy's Jeep is in there, and I don't know who the other vehicles.
Interesting.
Anyway, it's weird. The General Lee. Oh, the General Lee is yellow. It says here.
Oh, that's the yellow one.
I don't know though. That looks like that's the General Lee.
That's blue.
That doesn't look like a General Lee.
I don't know. Anyway.
I don't know. That's just the way it is. Yeah. So
And the goal is to get where? Down across the board to where?
Yes, to Uncle Jesse's farm.
Okay.
Uncle Jesse what? What's Uncle Jesse's last name?
Oh, Duke.
Not Katsopoulos?
No, not.
You sure?
Is it?
Two Uncle Jessies
Yeah.
come from. Okay, I know the Dukes of Hazzard premiered before 1980.
Yeah.
Technically, it's not an 80s show, right? It was in the 80s. Two Uncle Jessies. Like when they made Full House, were they like, well, hold on a second. You might as well have named Danny Tanner Boss Hog. I said Harg.
Harg. Boris Horg.
Hog Tanner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Could
like,
have.
I don't understand. Uncle Jesse. It wasn't even like Brother Jesse. It wasn't like
it was Uncle Jesse.
Grandpappy Jesse. It was Uncle Jesse.
Yeah.
Did you want to know a little tidbit?
Yeah, I do.
Season 1 of Full House. His last name was Cochran.
Who?
Uncle Jesse.
His name is Cochran?
Cochran. Jesse Cochran, and they changed it to Jesse Katsopoulos at what's his name's request?
Stamos?
Stamos. He
Really?
wanted him to be more Greek.
Yeah.
His Greek roots.
Is Cochran a Greek name?
No, that's why they changed it.
Wow.
He had some pull.
Anyway,
man.
okay.
He had some pull.
Interesting. All right. Listen, guys. Kenny. Guys.
All right.
Kenny.
Transformers. Bring
You know what Transformers are.
Yeah, but
I'm
people
gonna
need-
tell you-
we need to bask in it.
Okay.
We need to bask.
I'm going to give you a little bit of info.
Talking.
I'm going to.
Just
All right. I'm going to give you a little bit of info.
hit me with it.
We're only going to be talking about Generation 1 and Generation 2
Hold on. Why Generation 2?
because it ended in 95. And I cut. So Generation 1, 84 to 90. Generation 2 is 93, 95. I figured I'm going to throw. Generation 2, just hear me out.
They were very garish,
Hasbro.
extremely disgustingly
I'll get to
loud
that. I'll get to that.
vehicles.
I'll get to that.
and
Created
colors.
from two different toy lines, from the two Japanese toy lines, by creator Takara. All right, they were the ones who made the toys. All right, from two lines, from Diaclone and Micro Change or Micromen is what they ended up being from. The Diaclone were transforming vehicles
Yep.
that had these little men they're called Micromen from the Micro Change line, little inch high men. They used to call them inch men because that's what they inch high men or something like that.
The mile worm.
Yeah. And they had little magnetic boots, and they sat inside these vehicles of the Diaclone toys, right? Hasbro bought it out in 84. No, I think they bought in like 80 the year prior, maybe in 82 or something. And then they started releasing them in the States in 84, and leaving Takara as the main manufacturer of them still. So that's what they did. And yeah, I mean so Generation 1, they based a lot off of like original stuff from like the Diaclone series and stuff like that. And yeah, so after like I said, they bought the rights in 84, and they started producing them in 84.
And they're still going.
Generation 2, we'll talk real quick, is the only exceptions for Generation 2 were that they were a lot of the European versions of them, so a lot of these garish colors and stuff. It's all the same models. It was all the same
I know,
cast.
they were the same.
And obviously when they first started, they were die-cast metal, and then they started making them plastic. Yeah. The only real change or exception would be Megatron. Went from the P-38 Walther to a tank.
Yeah. But you also remember a lot of times, or a big part of when they started ditching the Diaclone and started ditching the Microman or whatever.
Microman, yeah.
Right. Was when they went to the movie.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right. And then they started like making up their own characters. And that's kind of like when they were like, they're a little bit off.
Yeah.
They're not really
Yeah,
metal anymore. They're not, the quality wasn't there. Now, in the beginning, in 84, say what you will.
Yeah.
The robots, they were blocky. They were also blocky in the movies. If you remember Rodimus Prime, his legs didn't even move.
Right.
Hot Rod's legs didn't even move.
No.
Like that was it. They were just a block. However, Sunstreaker was one of the originals.
Yeah.
His legs didn't move. That's fine. I don't even really know if any of their legs even moved. But regardless of that, their vehicle modes were quite accurate to actual vehicles.
Yeah. They even had driver seats and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they used to have the men, when Transformers didn't have men that sat in them, you could have those men in them.
Yes.
So, anyway, and they, I mean, that's really, there were, in that first generation, there were a bunch of subsets, headmasters, remember that?
Yeah.
I'm showing Kenny
the
the
tech
whole,
specs.
how you can decipher the tech specs. Micromasters, then there was Beast War. Like there was just
but that's no. We don't talk about Beast Wars in this house.
We've said this before. There was a year after the GoBots. We've mentioned that on the show before. And it's just the Headmasters, Target Masters, Power Masters, Pretenders. Remember them? Oh, the Pretenders.
The Pretenders were ridiculous.
People didn't like them because they just sat them in a shell. I remember getting.
At least it was a new robot inside of it.
Yeah, but that robot wasn't okay. So
But they had less articulation. The shells had less articulation.
I had Cloudburst. I don't know if anyone can see this, but I had this guy.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I don't know why you're doing that. But the thing is, they had less articulation.
Only their arms moved.
Than the WWF wrestlers.
Oh yeah, yeah. But like that wasn't. But that was what was that? That's not anything.
I don't know.
But anyway,
it's preposterous. It's kind of ridiculous. So what are we gonna do with this? We're gonna make a game out of this.
Yeah. Let's make a.
Why don't we hold on a second? It's easy to take this and say let's put Transformers
make
in the
board
car.
game. Is that ever Transformers
we
board
have.
Game?
Oh, I don't know.
We have vehicles.
Probably was.
You tell me we have vehicles.
Yeah, but we have vehicles. But more importantly, we have the General Lee.
Yeah.
Right. We have Daisy's Jeep.
Right.
We have Cooter's tow truck.
Yeah. And that unnamed fourth vehicle that we can't tell.
Yeah.
Whose it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't say in there?
So no, I don't know.
Wikipedia doesn't say anything? Nothing?
No, there's no Wikipedia doesn't have this. This is on a different.
Yeah, it doesn't have any board games. It's weird.
Yeah.
So okay, so you're saying you want to change what? You want to just make transforming Dukes of Hazzard toys? We don't have to be a board game.
Yeah, but I'd like there to be a game element to it. I think it would be fun if there was a crossover, because here's the thing I'm going to tell you about Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Michael Bay ruined the Transformers. No, remember I went on a tangent a couple times.
Yeah.
Listen back to
on
later
file.
episodes.
We got it. It's fine. It's on
back
record.
there. Everything I say, yes.
His lawyers they're working their way out here.
They're working.
They got a lot of people to get to between L.A. and here. Okay,
it's
across the country, man. There may be halfway. They're taking the Route 66. They're taking that down. They'll be here soon. How about the end of the summer?
Every mile marker of it.
Yeah, by the end of the summer, you'll be taken away. It'll be fine.
All right, so here's
the show's going to probably end by the summer because he's going to be taken away.
Listen about this.
We'll have new hosts soon.
what's the whole purpose of robots in disguise?
That they're not.
Their
Their real form is disguised.
Right. As in a Volkswagen Beetle, as in a ridiculous van,
Mac or a big Mac
as
truck.
in a Mac truck. Yes.
Right.
The Michael Bay movies, everybody's in these ridiculous sports cars. Like everybody. First of all, where do they get them from if they scan them?
Wait, are you going on a Michael Bay rant again?
No, listen. Just stop. Listen.
Okay, all right.
All right, you know, see what I'm saying? They're not hiding from anything. If you're driving around the desert
In a
with
gaudy,
the pyramids,
yeah,
some big shiny Italian sports car.
No one's going to be in the middle of Chicago on an
Right.
everyday street driving. You know,
It's
the
not
newest. Well, maybe the Camaro, but yeah,
That's
Corvette, whatever.
That's
Point
fine.
is, your
But to
Aston
have
Martins
these-
and your McLarens and stuff. No
No,
one's.
that's not going to happen. Now here's the thing. Some of them were like, okay, G1. Mm-hmm. You had cameras. You had,
tape decks.
yeah, tape decks, stuff like that. Even in the original Transformers movie, somebody's Xbox like came out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's like saying like you take a refrigerator and it's like, if a Transformer was going to be in a refrigerator,
Yeah.
all right, it would probably be a refrigerator that would sit in somebody's house.
Right.
Just like the car that they would want to be is a car that can sit in somebody's driveway without being conspicuous.
Right. Yeah.
So the fact of the matter is, if Michael Bay was making a movie with like refrigerators as transform, like they'd be like these elaborate, ridiculous like walk-in freezers that you can only find on like Iron Chef or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
That's like having that in somebody's house.
It's true.
That's the same concept. Like I don't think he didn't know what he was doing, and I don't care. Why did anybody pay money to see those movies?
Okay, but you're still ranting about Michael Bay.
I did. I went to see every one of them except the last one. I refused.
Same.
I was like, fool me 5 times.
In fact, I didn't see the fourth one in theater. I waited until it came out and I like got it digital. I rented it digital.
It's such a
But
waste
anyway,
of a franchise.
I don't want to talk about. Can we just?
I know, but what I'm saying is, I would like them. I think it's perfect that they're hiding as Dukes of Hazzard vehicles, and that's where the crossover is going to come from. And guess what? You have a board game, and you have Monopoly. You have You have a little thimble, and you have a little dog.
Wait.
And
Are you
have-
saying that they're hiding as the pieces to the game?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
I just want real meta.
I'm
for a
saying
second.
our game is going to be full-sized Transformers figures.
Oh,
And that's what you're doing.
is
And
the
you're
board the
playing
size of this
the
table
game.
then?
It's going to be a
Or
big
is it
board.
a mat? Can it be like one of those mats that you buy for your Matchbox cars?
Like Torpedo Run. Remember
Oh.
Torpedo Run was like this huge
huge
game with like
yeah.
the submarines and
Yeah,
the battleships.
yeah.
You shoot the little red discs
Yeah.
and you blow everything
You don't
up.
have that, do you?
I used to.
Dang it.
Yeah, not anymore. That was a big one.
Yeah,
it
that
was
was a
Floor
big one.
Wars series. You put it on the floor and you just play with this
Yeah.
thing.
Anyway, go ahead. So big. I like it. Big
Yes.
pieces, big.
So I think that these are going to be full-sized vehicles because it's perfect. Transformers vehicles, Dukes of Hazzard vehicles.
Right. Yeah.
Characters, right? You had Spike and Sparkplug in the original Transformers. This one you have Bo, Luke, and Cooter. And
But that's what I'm
Daisy.
saying. Are they going to be in it? We're going to have.
Yeah. We'll have you pick a driver, you pick a car, or something like that, or you drive through.
Can
Maybe it's like Life.
I have an idea.
Wait, just hold on.
Okay.
Maybe it's like Life where you drive through and it says stop. You have to get married. Stop. You have to choose a driver.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
And now you have your choice, or it's the path where you have your car and you go and you choose to go to college or you choose to go to work.
I like the decision.
Remember that?
Yes, but I also like the decision of this game where it's like if you choose this way, it's going to be fast and hard, or this one's going to be easy and slow. Like I like that.
And it's going to be fast and hard if you decide to stay in your vehicle mode. It's going to be easier but slower if you get into your robot mode, because now you still have to hide from people because you're a robot now and you don't want people to know that.
Okay.
But the vehicle route, you have your vehicle and you can kind of get by people, and people don't question a station wagon driving down the road, but people are going to question a walking, talking station wagon.
Yeah, that's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I say station wagon just because that's what they had back in the day, all the wood panel station wagons. But more importantly, the Jeep, the General Lee, which was a Charger, and then the tow truck. That's what we're doing. Oh, and Boss Hogg's car. Remember the horns on the front? The Cadillac?
Yeah. It was a caddy with the yeah.
Like these are going to be vehicles. Okay, now this is we're not gonna go short on this one. We're naming them right now. General Lee, what's its name? Transformer name.
Orange Mist, Orange Thunder. Why can't you just keep it General Lee?
You want to
That's
keep
a
it
great name.
General Lee? Okay,
General Lee.
General Lee is staying General Lee.
Yeah.
And he's the leader?
Yeah.
General Lee's the leader. Okay, so
Of this band.
Daisy's Jeep.
Daisy Chain.
Daisy Chain.
Yeah. And it has like chain weapons.
Oh, how about like Daisy Chainsaw?
Daisy Chainsaw. Okay.
Daisy Chainsaw. Cooter's Tow Truck.
Cooterman. Cooterman. But that's how you say it. Spelt Cooterman, but you say Cooterman.
Cooter's Tow Truck.
Boss Hog.
No. Cooter's Tow Truck. We're not going with that. We're gonna go with maybe like hook line and hook line.
Hook line. Oh, there you go. Hook line. That's good. Yeah. What could be Boss Hogs?
Boss Hogs.
Horn. Cattle horn.
Cattle horn? You're gonna call them cattle? You know they're gonna appear on the head.
Well, yeah, of course.
You know, or maybe they'll appear upside down as like a
Or what if
handlebar
he takes
mustache.
them off and uses them as weapons?
Maybe like a handlebar mustache.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it
that- yeah,
transforms it onto the robot's
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
Handlebar mustache. That's what's gonna happen.
His name's Handlebar. His name's Handlebar.
It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
Handlebar.
Now, can I say the one thing I've been trying to say? What? Go.
Roscoe's police car.
Oh yeah, Roscoe. That's another good name. It's just a
You
good
want to keep it
name.
Roscoe? No, but Roscoe's the guy.
All right, fine. Bullshoot. Oh, for Boss Hog's car.
Boss Hog's handlebar is
Handlebar's
perfect.
gotta be it,
That
yeah.
little, it's gonna appear here. It's perfect.
Roscoe's.
We're vetoing it. Sorry, Ivan.
How about Tabasco? Something like
Tabasco.
I don't know.
Bosco. The
Bosco.
syrup.
How about just it could be dumb like Basher because they had dumb ones too.
No.
just
We're gonna name this one something good. I
Roscoe's-
mean, he hold on. He had a dog named Flash.
Flash, yeah. His police car.
It's a police car, so we need to call it like.
Siren. Call it
That's so boring, man.
Bullhorn.
Bullhorn.
No, because that's the other thing.
Well, we can kind of goes with that one. Does he
Maple.
say maple? Speaking of maple,
Hey, yeah. Kenny's hands
Bullhorn.
smell like syrup for some reason, and he made me smell them earlier, and I was like, "Wait, don't." He's like, "No, just trust me."
this is stuff
And
you
they-
tell people.
and they smell like
this
syrup.
This is a conversation you're having with potentially the world.
Yeah. Oh yeah. His hands smell delicious. Anyway, the police call. Give me another name. Give me name police things. Baton face. Baton butt.
Isn't
Baton.
That thing is called something else, like a tonfa or something, isn't it?
Oh, the Tom. Oh yeah. No, don't. All right.
we can call it bullhorn
Call
or
Bullhorn.
CB.
CB. Oh, CB. Yeah.
Good buddy.
Good
Remember
buddy.
10-4, good buddy.
10-4,
You always
good
say
buddy.
10-4, good buddy.
Breaker. What about Breaker 19?
Good buddy.
You haven't. I used to talk on CB. Breaker 19. Whatever
Breaker
channel
19.
you were on, you'd be like Breaker 23, Breaker
You'd always
23.
be like, my fat little buddy. Remember, you'd always call Boss Hog his fat little buddy.
All right. So can I finally say what I wanted to say? I want to have each of them have their own stats. So if you mixed in matched drivers and vehicles, they'd gain the stats. Like they had cards. So like if you have, Bullhorn, but you didn't use Roscoe, you use Daisy. Daisy, let's say Daisy's good at getting out of situations or something.
Yeah.
Like talking her way out of situations. She flirts or something like that. I don't know. Sorry, that's sexist. I know. But let's face it. She wore Daisy Dukes. That's why they call Daisy Dukes, right? And then, you're driving the Bullhorn, which is like, an authority. It has like a lot of authority stats or something. Like one of its main stats is like authority. And if you combine those two, you now have like this element. So it's like, it's a card board game where you're playing the stats against other, you know what I'm saying?
Huh.
You know what I mean? Against situations and each other, I guess,
Yeah.
Because can you go head to head with each other? 4 players.
Well, yeah,
can
if you
go
land on the
head-to-head?
same space, you have to battle.
Okay, so then these stats will come in too.
Yeah. So
I'm bringing a little bit of a D&D vibe in it, but
I know that's kind of nerdy.
Look what?
Chris, I don't want to mention it to you, but
We're creating a Transformers board game out of the Dukes of Hazzard. How could that? I digress. All right,
Yep.
so anyway, go. That's it. Okay, we're good. What do you want to call it?
oh gosh, we get to name this.
Get to name it. Go ahead. Throw it out there. My driver has 30% mobility but decreased intelligence. Yeah, see? Exactly. Something like that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
All right,
you get it.
So let's see. Hazard Formers. Duke Formers.
Hazzard County.
Trans Hazard. Trans Dukes. No.
Transforming Hazzard County.
Hazard County has become transformed.
Hazzard County, more than meets the eye.
The Dukes of Cybertron.
Oh!
Done. Done. I'm out.
That's good. I like that. That's great.
You like it.
That's great. Good stuff. Good, buddy. I wrote that in the wrong spot.
Yeah. So, yeah, this was a good one. What do you think? This was the toy stuff continues to surprise.
Another successful Toy Squat.
Okay.
We're in GameSquat. Chris, it's Chris against Chris. Well, not really against, but Chris v. Chris. Right? We're gonna be doing some game squats. So what we do here, Chris, is we take two games randomly chosen. They're good classic games, and Kenny, you're throwing me off. Just let me do my thing. Got Kenny off camera over here. We're taking two randomly chosen games. We're gonna talk about them, and then we're gonna combine them to make a brand new game. Sound good?
Sure.
All right. So I'll go first. And then normally I show Kenny, but I can't really show you that way. But I'll just tell you what it is. It's Super Mario World for SNES. Okay.
Okay, so
Sound good?
am I supposed to announce what mine is?
And now you tell me.
Okay. So I got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1983 for Atari.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre for Atari from '83. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about Super Mario World. Super Mario World, obviously, flagship title for SNES, right? 1990, obviously made by Nintendo for Super Nintendo. I mean, did you play this one?
Yeah. I think everybody played this one.
Right.
Yeah.
So my point is, I don't really need to tell you what it's about. It was the first, crazy, wonderful, right after Mario, Super Mario Brothers 3. Yeah, I mean, there's not much I can tell you. It had, this was the first incarnation of Yoshi, though, right?
Oh, okay. Now you're like putting more dates on it, right? By mentioning the characters.
Yeah. So this had Yoshi, where he rode Yoshi, which was a little dinosaur. You collected eggs. You had, you did the same things. You hit blocks. You went to all these different worlds. You swam. You flew. I'm trying to give you a little more information, just to give everyone some information, if they haven't played it, which again, I don't think many people haven't played this. Yeah, it's a Mario game. What do you want? It's a Mario game. You have Yoshi. You have fire. You can shoot fire. You can fly. There's a cape in this one, I believe, right?
Oh, okay. So you could fly with the cape, right? Is that?
Or you could fly with the cape.
Was that like the squirrel tail?
No, that's
3.
Wait, Tanuki was Tanuki 3? That was 3, right? Yeah.
Okay.
That was Tanuki Mario 3. But this one had the cape.
Which is the wizard, the Mario 3. Sorry, I'm getting off.
That's right.
Getting off base.
Wizard. See, I'm
mixing
telling
up the games.
Yeah, and the wizard makes it into almost every one of our shows, if not every show.
It's because there.
Yeah, so it's a Mario game, so we know what's going on there. All right, tell me about Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Atari. What?
Yeah, so this was Atari's attempt to hit like the older demographic, and so they thought, oh well, let's make a game that's more serious and like that adults would like. And literally, you just run around, and the whole objective of the game is to just kill people. So like,
cool.
With like Grand Theft Auto, they talk about that game and stuff, but like, at least in that game, there's other stuff to do besides just killing people. This
Right,
this
yeah.
game's whole premise was you're the bad guy and you're running around murdering girls. So,
Now, I guess you play as Leatherface in this
Yeah.
one?
yeah. And you just like run around with your chainsaw like you run into people.
Oh, what did it... Oh my
But it's
God.
not really
Just,
bloody or anything. They just like flash and disappear. So
Oh, that's the best they could do.
yeah,
right?
I mean it was Atari. It's not like it was too advanced graphic. But the gameplay was pretty boring.
Well,
It's too
unfortunately,
great.
most of those games were
Right.
right for Atari.
Yeah, and it's a side view, one of those side view ones. So you're like watching him. You know, he's moving up and down the screen. You gotta like jump the neighbor's fence, so you gotta move up. And it kind of reminds me of like Paperboy, but turned sideways a little bit, and
Right,
with the
yeah, right. So
chainsaw, you're killing people.
All right. Well, let's see what we can come up with, man. What do we got? 2 side scrolling. One is a friendly, family fun kids game, and the other one is a Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
So, like, what if you're Super Mario Bro with a chainsaw?
I like
And
it.
so, like, instead of jumping on the toadstools and what have you, you like chainsaw them in half or something.
You have to chainsaw them in half. Now, before we go any further, are we going to do Atari graphics? Or are we going to do Super Nintendo graphics?
I think it may. What if it was like more of because it's a new age game, right? Like we're bringing the '80s back. So what if we did something to where it's kind of like what's you were playing the game Minecraft? There we go.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if we did it kind of like a Minecraft, right? So you're these super pixelated character Mario running around with this chainsaw.
Oh, okay. I think we should do a side scroller still.
Okay, I'm just saying the visuals would look similar to
Right.
Minecraft, like really
Right.
pixelated
Right.
like that, like you're
I
16
got you.
bit.
So, right. That sounds good. Okay. Yeah. We'll do that. Plus, are we gonna do? How do we get around the sensors on this one? Because I know you said the Atari one didn't have that much. Like it didn't really have blood, right?
Right. Well,
Can we get away with a little bit? Like, but maybe it's like purple or something.
oh yeah, and like so when you're like cutting open the toadstool, there's like maybe that's brown instead of blood. It's like
Oh yeah. So like Goombas, and I remember those little mole guys you had.
right.
Oh, what if we can we chainsaw a Bullet Bill?
Oh, that'd be cool. Right?
Right? Like what happens? Like some sparks. It could be like little sparks,
This
and
is
then
like-
it just like pops open.
Mario's like, what am I doing with these plunges? I got chainsaws.
Yeah. That'll be a little animatic in the beginning, right? Oh my god, cool. Yeah, no, let's do it. How about, and story-wise, since there isn't really a story to the Mario games, I mean there is, but there isn't. How about it's just the same Mario story? You know, he's got to save
The
Princess.
But
Yeah, and
is he Leatherface, like a leather-faced version of Mario? So he's like some undefeatable monster that's like chasing after the princess.
what if he's wearing Luigi's face? I mean, it's kind of sick, but what if he just has Luigi's face, and then you see the little tears on the side of it because he put his face on?
He puts the lotion
wait.
on the skin. Like
Yeah, what if he also can wear Yoshi's face? How about those could be like power-ups? Like you can put like Yoshi's or Toad's or like even Bowser's face on or something.
so instead of a flower, you get a Yoshi toad or a Yoshi face or something.
Yeah, those can be all the power-ups. Oh man, I think that could be pretty cool.
Yeah. So instead of like eating the power up, you eat a person. That just like
Yeah,
made
that's
Mario
good.
really gross and demented. Like, why couldn't we gone the opposite way of that and like brought Mario into the
Oh, okay, well wait, let's look at that for 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we bring all I picture, man, is that if we bring Mario into the Texas Chainsaw world, it'd just be him running away from everything.
go? Oh my! What am I gonna do with this plunger?
Oh, what if? Now, I mean, we're not talking much gameplay. We're doing a lot of cool story stuff. But like, what if the beginning of it was Mario goes into that world, but is basically scarred from it and comes back into his world and is now that?
It's like a version of Jason.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, man. You gotta make it crazy, man. Forget it. But yeah, it's Mario. All right, so it's Mario wielding a chainsaw. All his power-ups come from the faces of his enemies and family members. And all right, cool. I like that. I think that's good.
Yeah.
I think that works out perfect.
We're gonna start programming it now. Is that the next step?
We're still looking for people who can do that. So if you know anybody, please pass them our way because we have a year's worth of video games that we need to have made for us. So.
Hey, you gotta go to some coder dojos.
Oh yeah. All right, we're gonna have to tap into that.
I know all
last
about
order
that.
of business is we got to name this thing, man. What are we calling this thing?
Ooh, that's a tough one. So you got Jason, but you also got Friday the 13th, right? Or no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Jason.
Texas Chainsaw.
Texas Chainsaw. So Mario and Luigi visit Texas.
Yeah. Mario and Luigi visit Texas. I was just gonna pop out with Texas Chainsaw Mario.
That's good.
In Texas Chainsaw Mario in Massacreland. I don't know, like just I feel like we can get away with making this a nice long one, like a nice,
right.
You know.
Visit, yeah. It's a slaughter.
Oh, wait, I kind of like Mario and Luigi. Like I kind of like just putting them in there, but then Luigi's only in there. Oh my gosh, because he puts on Luigi's face and essentially he's Luigi at that time.
Right.
Oh, that's really gross. I kind of like that a lot.
So it's almost like you're playing as all the characters, but you're not.
Right.
You're just wearing their face. And when you wear their face, you have their power.
Yeah, you take on their personality. Yeah. Oh, see, there you go. Like Toad. If you have Toad, he can I assume Toad can. Didn't you play Toad in something? He could jump really high or something? Or was that Luigi?
Luigi.
He was strong. Oh, Luigi could. Oh, the princess could. Remember the princess could float in Mario too?
Yep.
I know. I like it. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luigi could jump really high. All right, so we're definitely doing. All right, so how about Mario and Luigi in Massacreland?
Yeah, I like it.
Now, Kenny's throwing his tents in here. Face Off, Mario and Luigi Face Off. He's quoting Face Off with Nick Cage.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Mario and Luigi Face Off. Oh, that could actually be pretty cool.
I was thinking like
Mario
Power
Travolta,
Glove,
yeah.
but Power Face, like
Power Glove, Power Face. Yeah. Oh, could we use the Power Glove on this thing? The chainsaw? Oh, we might be able to. We might. Oh, do I smell a new peripheral coming in?
Ooh.
We can make a new peripheral. It's a chainsaw attachment to the Power Glove.
Go check.
Yeah. All right. What do we? All right. So what do we got? What do you think? What do you think for the title? We threw a bunch of stuff out there.
I like Mario and Luigi in like Massacreland or something along those lines because it still has that kind of like fun Mario feel, but yet like, wait a minute, this is dark.
Yeah, this is No, I like it. All right, Mario and Luigi in Massacreland.
Yeah.
All right, done. Awesome. All right, we did it. GameSquat done.
Fun episode, Chris. It was a good one. Very extremely informative.
Some good stuff. Good stuff on this.
Why don't we give a rundown real quick? We had Heart and Souls in a Perfect World in Movie Squat. Came out with a perfect soul. Not so bad. Interesting. St. Elsewhere, boring. In TV Squat or Tube Squat with Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
But it's like a Scrubs.
It was kind of, but Scrubs has already been done. We have that as Dr. Lewis Can't Even.
I like the
title is pretty cool.
Dr. Lewis Can't Even. I like that a lot.
I like that one a lot.
Toys.
Yeah.
I would say another successful Toy Squad. We took Transformers and Dukes of Hazzard board game.
Mm-hmm. And we made
Dukes of Cybertron.
Dukes of Cybertron.
Pretty good.
I think everything about that was amazing.
You notice that we like to take the small versions, right? That if they're the small versions of something, we always put them in our toy. They're the full versions, like we did in Humanoids when we did the racing.
The small versions, big versions. I don't understand.
Yeah,
what you're saying.
whereas in a board game it'd be a little tiny version of it. We take these things and we blow them up to normal size.
You have to.
I just like it.
would you do
I
that?
just like it, man.
Let me see about this game you had.
The game was called Mario.
You had Texas Chainsaw Massacre on the Atari 2600 mixed with Super Mario World on the Super NES.
That's right. We came up with Mario and Luigi in Massacreland, and basically that's my favorite.
I like the
Mario
face.
wears Mario wears
I want to
Mario wears the faces of his friends and foes and takes their powers, and he wields a chainsaw. You're not going to get any better than that. That's
It's
just,
not. Yeah,
that's just really good. Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
absolutely good. Absolutely amazing. So that's going to do it. Episode 54 is in the can.
Well,
It's
that's
done.
good. That's good stuff. Again, thanks to Matt and Chris.
Yep.
Stopping
From
by.
1X Esports. We want them to.
What's that? We're from where?
1UpX Esports. Yeah. Once you get it down. But 1UpX Esports Gaming Expo is going to be this June, the 24th, 22nd to the 24th in Toledo, Ohio.
Yep.
You can go.
Yeah.
You can go to 1UpXEsports.com to get all that information there.
Register for lots of games.
You can join in
Prizes.
the tournaments.
It's awesome.
It's cash prizes. You get VIP things going on. It's amazing. It's really good stuff. They were two really awesome dudes that we talked to, and we were glad to have Chris on our Game Squat, and we're probably gonna have them on more. So that's gonna do it. That's it. It's a show. It's done. We're done.
That's it. We're done.
All right. RetroSquat.com. Go check that out.
Find
too.
us out there. Retro
there.
Squad.
You know
Nobody else does Retro
right.
Squad.
All right. See ya.
80s never say die.
Goonies never say die. In the 80s.